Major donor meetings virtually are a really good opportunity for charities, and they're here to stay even after lockdown and COVID. So what are some things that you can do to make the most of the opportunities when many of us really loved that excitement and the opportunity of meeting people face to face? The first is to prepare. Tip one is to prepare. It sounds really obvious, but you don't have that coffee meeting around the corner at prep before you go into someone's office to meet them. You don't have that chance with a colleague to chat over. So make sure that whoever is attending the meeting with you from your charity is prepared. Second is to make sure that you reconfirm with the person you're meeting, with the donor. It sounds so obvious, but things move so fast at the moment. There might be a Brexit development that affects their company that week. There might be a family member or a friend that's got COVID. So make sure that you reconfirm 36 hours before. Tip three is try and recreate some of that positive adrenaline. Some amount of nerves that fundraisers and people get with donors are a good thing before meetings, and they help you to perform. When we're at home and maybe we're feeling a bit more flat, maybe we're homeschooling, try and clear that 30 minutes before your major donor Zoom meeting. One fundraising leader I'm working with is walking around the block before her meetings, because she finds that's recreating maybe that walk that she would do from the tube to meet with someone. Whatever works for you, and whatever the good things of meeting face to face, whether that's listening to some music before, try and recreate that. Tip four is to connect through the camera and not the screen. And this is obvious to some of you. I know you'll be doing this, but when we look at actually where somebody is in the meeting on the screen and we think we're listening really intently, we're actually probably looking down here or over here, and we're not connecting in the same way as we are when we're looking directly at the camera. So that can really help you get the most of your meetings. And tip five is to try and end the meeting on a high with a really clear next step. If you were in real life, you would be shaking someone's hand. You would be saying, that was a brilliant meeting, thank you. You mentioned that you were interested in this part of our work. How about a meeting in a couple of weeks with myself and the lead for that work? Whatever that next step is, make it really clear and try and end the meeting really succinctly, so you and your colleague aren't going, oh, do you want to stay on the Zoom because we've got X, Y, and Z to chat about. It's far easier to be drawn into that in Zoom. And if you can end the meeting on a really good high, it will be a lot more positive for your next steps. So there's more detail on these tips in the full video that the links to here and on my recent blog. I hope it helps you make the most of your major donor meetings.